Hey guys, I'm Brianna, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a humongous summer book haul. I've acquired pretty much most of them in July, but I'm just going to call it a summer book haul because I don't think I'm going to get a lot of books in August since I'm going away to college. So yeah, we're just going to call it a summer book haul. But I wanted to update you on what I'm reading. So I finished 2 books in my booktubeathon. I finished The Bombshell Effect by Carla Sorensen, and I finished The Matchmaker's Playbook by Rachel Van Dyken, and I really loved them. And then I was looking, and I was like, I don't want to read any of these books right now. It was bad. I mean, I do have the week to finish it. It's only Tuesday right now, and the readathon started yesterday. So I may pick them up, I may not. I may just see what I feel, because I'm very much a mood reader, so some of these I don't want to reread, I just want to read new books. So the book I'm currently reading right now is Damnable Grace by Tilly Cole. This is book 5 in the Hades Hangman series. I'm doing my reread, and this is up next, and I really love it. I forgot a lot that happened in this book, so when I read it, I was like, whoa, I forgot that happened. So I'm excited to have this. Oh my god, my hair's still wet. I just took a shower. I'm excited to have this in my hands and to continue on with the series. And I actually got my mom to start reading them, and she loves them as well. She's on book 3, which is my fave, so you know. But this is really, really good. I definitely recommend this if you want dark romance or motorcycle romance or anything like that. So the first set of books, I'm putting my hair back. So the first set of books that I got were from a used bookstore in Florida. So this is like one used bookstore that I ended up going to. And the first book I got was Under Fire by Scarlett Cole. This, it seems like, it says Love Over Duty. I believe it's former Navy SEALs create this bodyguard service, I guess. So he ends up having to be the protection. I'm really explaining this wrong. He has to like protect this doctor who is creating this treatment for an uncurable disease, and people want to use it for a chemical weapon. So it seemed really good. It was used, and you could totally tell with the spine how like badly it was used, but I'm like, okay, it's really, really cheap. It seemed interesting, so I bought it, and yeah. Then I got Hard Justice by April Hunt. This is also, I believe, a bodyguard romance. What it seems like this one is about, it's not the first in the series, I just bought whatever I liked. This one is about a female operative. She's the first female in this bodyguard company, and she ends up having to be a partner to an ex-SEAL commander who is also part of this bodyguard company named Vince, and they are in an assignment in Miami, and they have to pretend to be married, so it's kind of like that. It seemed interesting. Again, really cheap. I still haven't taken the stickers off, but yeah. Then I got Must Love Cowboys by Cheryl Brooks. Really didn't read any of this. All I know is that she is a computer specialist, a dog lover, and a chef. So I was like, that sounds interesting. And he's a cowboy. So I was like, okay, I really like my cowboy romances. I haven't read one in a while. And it definitely seems like this was a library book just because of the cover. It seems like, you know, like the plastic cover things that they use. So I definitely think it was one way back when. But it seemed really good. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about this one. The next one I was excited about, and that's Furious Rush by S.C. Steffens. I actually did read this. I believe I rated it a 3 out of 5, and if you go on my Goodreads, I'm not going to talk about it in my July wrap-up. I'll probably just put this over into my August one, because I already filmed my July before I read this. If you go over onto my Goodreads, you'll see why I think I rated it a 3 out of 5. It was good. It had potential. So this was about a girl named Mackenzie who is a motorcycle racer, and she is following after her father's footsteps and being part of the company and all this, and it's like her first big year racing on, I guess, big tracks, not like the little teenagers kid ones. So she's like in the adult world now, and it's all about that, and it was really good. I really loved the beginning and the ending. The middle, not so much. There's just some things that happened that I'll talk about in my wrap up that I wasn't a fan of, and you'll know why I wasn't a fan of it, but overall it was okay. It wasn't like the best book out there. Then I was very excited to get my hands on that, and this is King by T.M. Frazier. If you guys know, I ended up getting the first 3 books as ebooks in this series, and I absolutely love them. So to find this was like a jackpot, and it was like $4, I believe. It was $4.50. And the reason why I think they were selling it is because it's kind of crooked, the cover. I don't know if you guys can tell. Over here, it's like miscut, and then the back, there's black here, and then like King is very miscut. I don't really care that much, to be honest. I mean, I do care. It hurts my heart that it's miscut, but I mean, I've wanted this for a while. It's super expensive on Amazon, so to have the first book in the series and to start collecting the rest, I'm gonna do that. I'm definitely gonna give this a reread sometime soon, but I think I want to collect the whole series first before I reread it. I love this. This is another dark motorcycle romance, and they're kind of like duets each book. So the first 2 are about King, the second 2 are about Bear, and then the next 3 are about Preppy, and then you have Rage and Smoke, I think. So they're kind of like duets, trios, single books. I don't really know what she did, but I loved it so much, and it is really short, so if you are interested, it is a quick read. Now to get on to the next used bookstore I went to Florida. I went to in Florida. These are my vacation books, if you don't know. Like, I went on vacation to Florida, and I got a whole bunch of books because, you know, that's what I do on vacation. But this is the next used bookstore. I got 3 books from here. The first one I got was When a Scot Ties the Knot by Tessa Dare. I've been really interested in historical romances. I have not, like, tried a historical romance, unless you consider Outlander one, but I don't really consider that one. This seemed really, really interested. It's about a girl named Madeline who, she is very awkward, and I think she, like, creates a character, like, she writes a letter to this imaginary person named Captain Mackenzie, and years later, Mackenzie shows up at her doorstep. So it's kind of like that. It seemed really, really intriguing, the plot, and I kind of wanted to go on this kick because Ash from Ash Heart Books loves historical romance. It's all she talks about, and she did recommend Tessa Dare to me, so I decided to try it. And, you know, the guy's from Scotland. It takes place in Scotland, so that doesn't hurt. I definitely think I'm going to read this soon. It is pretty chunky for a mass market paperback, but I think I'm going to read it soon because it seems really interesting. Then I have Hope Flames by J.C. Burden. This is book 1 in her Hope series. Yeah, Hope series. I ended up giving this a 3 out of 5. If you go on my Goodreads, it's linked down below in the description box. You'll know why I gave it. But I did like it. I was happy I bought it. And I'm actually kind of on a J.C. Burden kick. Like, I want to read all her books. So I ended up getting all the rest of the series from the library and her play-by-play series from the library. And her play-by-play series is like 14 books, and this is 7. Or that's like 16 and 7, something like that. So, yeah, I'm going to be having a lot of books come from the library to my house. But yeah, so I think this is going to be like my new kick just to read it. This was cute. It was about a girl who has her own vet practice. It's brand new, and a guy who's a cop, and it's all about them finding their relationship, and of course dogs are involved, and I think that's the whole point of the series. There's like a dog in every book. So I definitely want to continue on. My mom actually read the first 3 years ago when only the first 3 were published, and she really enjoyed the second and the third. I do have to get to know J.C. Burden's writing. It's very different. It's very, like, direct. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just, like, different from what I normally read. So, yeah, I'm gonna be interested in reading the rest of the series. And then the next one, I was so excited to find. It was at a used bookstore, so it was weird that I found it because I didn't expect to find it. But it's the indie copy, so the original cover, and the new edition cover that they only sell now is a girl with her face, and she's like red hair. But if you don't know what that book is, it's Making Faces by Amy Harmon. This is a new adult romance. I really know nothing about it. All I know is what people tell me, and I think what happens is it like goes over time. It's like a small town. I think he's a soldier. Like she believes she's not beautiful, and then he's a soldier, and his face gets scarred, and they form a relationship. That's what I think it is. I could be totally wrong, but I'm just listening to what people describe this book as, and I'm so happy I got the indie version of it. Like indie books drive me nuts because of their like awkward size, but this cover is just so beautiful. So I'm very excited to read this, dive into it. I probably will soon because look how short it is. I mean, after my dark romance series with Tilly Cole, I need something light. So maybe I'll do this. You never know. Could be light, could be dark. But I have never read Amy Harmon, so this is a new experience for me. Oh, and I don't know if I told you guys in the beginning, but I got 22 books. So this video is going to be kind of long, but yeah. So the next 2 books I got at Barnes & Noble down in Florida, and they actually, one was bargain price and the other one was like on sale. So the first one was Dirty Rush by Taylor Bell. This was like $3. It was a bargain book. I started reading it. As you can see, I'm on page, I'm on chapter 6, so 66 pages in. It's okay. I like the concept. It's pretty much about like, it's like a non-fiction retelling of her sorority experience, but fiction at the same time. So she kind of went a little bit further in detail. It's okay. I've been on the sorority kick because of Candy Steiner's Palm South University series. I'm just not a fan of how derogatory the language is in this book. It's very like demeaning to a lot of the people. Like they don't describe people in the nicest way, and I'm like, it's kind of bothering me, but I did buy it for $3, so I'm definitely going to continue reading it. Again, I'm six chapters in, so it is going really fast, and hopefully I can finish reading it soon. Then next I got The Real Deal by Lauren Blakely. Again, I'm also kind of reading it. I'm on chapter 4, so I'm like literally no pages into it. I just had to put it down because I was in my Tilly Cole mood. This seemed really interesting. This is a beautiful cover. Like, just look. It's like foil right here, and it's just so pink, and I love it. But this follows a girl who's going home to a family reunion, and she needs a date because all her friends and family and mom and sister, all they do is try and set her up with people, and she hates that. So she ends up going to Craigslist because her best friend couldn't make the function because he had like a modeling gig. So she ends up going to Craigslist and contacting this guy who says he can be like any person like you want him to be. So it seemed really interesting, and yeah, I've been hearing great things, and I've read Lauren Blakely before. I've read her football romances on Kindle, so I enjoyed them, and I'm happy to have this in my hands. The next book was sent to me, and I got it in the mail, and that's Till Death by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I'm very excited I have this book. I love all her books, and I read this book 2 Octobers ago, I think, because I wanted something spooky, and this is definitely spooky. This follows a girl named Sasha who years ago, she was kidnapped, and she was tortured by the serial killer known as the Groom, but then she was rescued, and then 10 years later, his, like, acts are coming up again. They don't know if it's the Groom or, like, a person that's, copycatting him. Yeah. So this was really, really good. I forgot what I rated it, but I really enjoyed it, and if you definitely want something spooky, pick this up. Then I won this from a giveaway from Book Lovers Con, so thank you so much. Book Lovers Con is this convention that is a book signing. It's going to be in New Orleans this year, 2019 actually, in May. I personally don't think I'm going to go to any book signings in 2018, 2019. Even BookCon, I don't think I'm going to do it this year. I definitely am looking forward to doing it in 2020. There's a lot of good ones coming up in 2020. And yeah, I kind of want to do something with my mom, but we got to figure out dates and everything since she still has work and then I have college, so I'll figure it out. But the book I won was Claimed by Alexa Riley. This looks really good. This is, again, about a guy who is on a security team, and I think she becomes a target and he has to protect her. I really have no clue what this is about. It's like book 3, but they could be standalones. Oh, this is a friends to lover romance. That's what this is. I enjoy them, and they sent like a little slip. I think I can see that. So I'm super thankful for going. I wish I could go this year, but just with college and everything, I don't think I want to go this year, but I definitely suggest you guys check this con out. I'm hoping though it moves closer to New York for 2020 if they do that. But yeah, I'm very excited to pick up this book and read it. And the next 2 books I got from a used bookstore here in New York. And the first one is Collision Point by Laura Leigh. This is the first book in a brand new series. Again, this is a bodyguard romance. I don't know why, I've just been on a bodyguard kick, and I think it's thanks to Jennifer's tempting the bodyguard book because it was really good. But this seemed really good. She's the daughter of a crime lord, and he's a bodyguard, so it's kind of like that. It seemed interesting, and the cover is really good, and it's the first book in a series, so I'm definitely excited to pick this up and start reading. The next book I got was Blood Fury by J.R. Ward. This is book 3 in the Black Dagger Legacy. Now, I tried reading it, and all the terminology was very confusing, so I think, honestly, I may have to just go back and start the Black Dagger Brotherhood book 1 and kind of get into the world. I know Jessica from Peace Love Books, she started reading the Black Dagger Brotherhood, and she loved it. I thought I could have just gotten away with reading this because they're kind of standalones. They take place with different characters, but like the terminology was just really, really confusing. So I think I'm just going to go back and read it, but I think I'm just going to do it next summer or winter break because I don't have the time right now, and it's not like my top priority to read this series. So when I have time, I will. But yeah, it's really interesting. I love the cover. It's about vampires and all that, so yeah, I'm definitely going to be giving this another shot probably next summer, so next year. And then the next 3 set of books I got were from Barnes & Noble here. I think I got them like the end of June, the first week of July, probably the end of June, I think. Yeah, because I was so excited to get this book. And the first book was Moonlight Seduction by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I have yet to read it. My mom actually read it before me, and she loved it, so I'm hoping I love this one as well. This is book 2 in the Vincent Brothers series, and I'm very excited to get started with it. I'm not in the mood for them right now. Hopefully, though, I can read it before I go to college, because I don't really want to bring this to college. I don't have any, interest in bringing it, but I'm very excited to start reading it when I get to it, and yeah. And I believe it's going to be a trilogy. That's what I think, but I'm not sure. The next book I have is The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang. This book is going to be in my wrap-up. I adored this. This was amazing. Just everything I wanted in a book. This follows Stella, who has Asperger's, which is high-functioning autism. And she's 30, and her parents make a comment that they want grandchildren. And she thinks back, and she realizes she doesn't have any dating experience. So she ends up hiring an escort, and making a deal with him. I want you to help me date in a sense so that I could date someone. And obviously they end up falling in love, but just everything about this book was so good. She was just portrayed really, really well, and the author actually has a daughter that has autism, so I think that really helped. I loved this book so much. Very emotional, but very good. I read this on the beach in Florida when I went on vacation. It just perfect. I recommend reading it definitely in August because this is totally a summer read. So if you were curious about this book, I 100% recommend it. The hype is real, guys. The hype is real for this book. I just love it. Then the next book I got was Misadventures with a Rock Star by Helen Hart. I didn't like this. I may do a giveaway or something else with this book. I didn't really enjoy it. I feel like other people may like it better than I did. I know a lot of people love this book. I just didn't. I did talk about it on my Goodreads, so again, it's linked down below if you want to know more about it. But this follows a girl who follows her roommate to a concert that she doesn't want to go to, and she ends up meeting the lead singer of a band, and obviously they hit it off and all this stuff, but there's a lot of drama, and she has to be like his fake girlfriend, I think. No, yeah, his fake girlfriend, to get him out of the spotlight. It was okay. I didn't like it. Then the next book I got was an ARC. I'm not sure if I showed this to you guys in a book haul yet, but if I did, sorry. But if I didn't, it's here. And that's Stone Cold Touch by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I was so happy to have gotten this. If you can't tell, this is like the ARC version. And I actually don't own this copy. I don't own the Stone Cold Touch copy. So I'm happy to have this in my hands. And I know there's going to be a lot of like differences in here, but I do have the regular, like the one I bought. I have it on my Kindle. So worst case scenario, if I don't want to read the ARC copy, I have the real copy on my Kindle. I absolutely love this book, and yeah. Then I got 2 free books from my library. The first one is Beautiful Oblivion by Jamie McGuire. This is like a continuation of a series, because first you have Abby and Travis's story, and now this is Trent, which is Travis's brother or cousin or something like that. I think brother. But I love this book. He is a tattooer, so it's kind of like a tattoo romance, kind of. And I just really want to reread this book because I remember loving it, and the cover's just beautiful, and I just love Jamie's writing, so I'm happy to have gotten this for free. And the next book I got for free was Real by Katie Evans. I recently read this series. I've only read up to Mine. I read Real, Mine, and Remy, or Real, Remy, Mine. I read the first 3, so that's pretty much Remy and Brooke's stories, so I'm happy to own the first copy. And this actually was sold at Target, which was funny. But yeah, I didn't continue on because the other ones didn't really interest me now, and I'm trying to read books I want to read before college. But yeah, I'm happy to own a copy of this. And the next 2 are ARCs. One I traded for, and the other one I was sent to review. So this one is Rule by Ellen Goodlett. This seemed really interesting. I traded for it. This follows, it's kind of like 3 Dark Crowns. It follows 3 girls, and they realize that they're the sole heirs of a dying king, so they have to compete for the crown. It seems really good. It's kind of heavy. It's really big. It's a YA fantasy. I haven't read fantasy in a while, and this comes out in September 2018, so I may pick this up soon. It seems interesting, and I definitely want to give it a shot. And the last book I have in this giant, big TBR, or not TBR, book haul, and this one I was sent to review, and it's Consumed by J.R. Ward. I'm so happy. I was actually approved for an ARC on NetGalley, but then I was sent this, and I was like, nope. I'm reading the physical version, not the ARC. But I'm very excited. This is J.R. Ward's new series about firefighters. And it seems really interesting. I've loved all the firefighter books I've read. They're very just like interesting to read about, and this follows a girl who's an arson detective. So I thought that was really cool, and it is pretty big, and it's not out till October 9th. So I'm bringing this to college with me, and I'll review it in college. Because I want to wait to read it, because I know I'm going to love it. But yeah, this seems really good. I definitely recommend looking at this book. J.R. Ward's a great writer. I actually haven't read her, but everyone has recommended her to me, and she actually writes as Nora Roberts as well. So yeah, I'm so excited to start this book, and yeah, so that's my really big book haul for you guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed it and you got some recommendations from this, and I'm sorry this video is super long. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!